Coming up in this video, my Superhuman Smoothie to get you feeling super all day long. Hey everybody, it's Kalymnios here from thethoughtgym.com, helping you become the superhuman leader I know you can be, giving you everything you need to feel super and amazing. And this week it's a special video because for so long now I keep getting asked about what goes into my smoothie each and every day. And in this video you can see I'm in a different setting. I'm not in my usual setting because I'm in my kitchen, because I'm going to share with you exactly what goes into my smoothie. I will warn you, it's quite a lot of stuff, but it will feel amazing when you drink it. You'll feel super all day long. It's massively nutritious, super good for you, and let's just crack on and show you what's in that smoothie. Alright, let's get started. So in front of me I've laid out everything that I usually put into my smoothies. People often ask me how long all this takes. Generally speaking, it takes me between 30 and 60 minutes. That's to kind of do all the prep and make it and do all the cleaning up as well. So 30 minutes would probably be on the tighter side, and that's if I'm kind of completely on it. I'm not listening to any podcasts or audiobooks or anything. But if I'm listening to an audiobook or podcast, which typically are around 45 to 60 minutes, then I tend to make it stretch the entire podcast. And I typically have this around, or make it around sort of 8:30, that kind of time in the morning, drink it around 9, takes me an hour, maybe 2 hours, and this will keep me going until at least 12, somewhere between 12 and 4 in the afternoon, depending on what I'm doing. I'm going to demonstrate this now. I use something called a Vitamix, a nice big container, and you'll see why I need this big container in a second. But if you don't have one of these, you're going to have to adapt this slightly to fit what you do have. I would say it's totally worth the investment. I know they're a lot of money, but get the best blend that you possibly can, and you need a big one for this kind of stuff. But if you've got a NutriBullet or something like that, then equally you can just scale down some of these things and adapt it for your benefit. But right now this video is all around showing you exactly what I do on a day-to-day basis, because that is what's been often asked of me, and I want to just show everybody exactly what I do each and every day to have a superhuman smoothie and a superhuman day. So let's get started. Okay, so we've got all the ingredients laid out in front of me, and I'm going to start popping them in, and I'll show you what they are as and when we go. So first up, we've got coconut fat. So we want some coconut fat in there because it helps stabilize the blood sugar, insulin levels. It keeps you full and satiated throughout the day, and this is kind of the key really. I tend to just have this smoothie until well into the afternoon, and in fact I kind of do something a bit along the lines of intermittent fasting, where this is kind of my liquid breakfast, and I don't really eat my solid meals really between sort of 1 and 8 or 1 and 9 each day, an 8-hour window. But then from 8, 9 o'clock in the evening I'm not eating anything for 12, 14 hours, and then I'm having my smoothie, and it's been shown to have a lot of benefits. Also, coconut fat, really great as an anti-inflammatory, antifungal, anti-carcinogenic, i.e. helps fight cancer, antibacterial, antioxidant. Pretty good all round. So I'll scoop that in, and then normally what I will do is I will take this, and rather than swallow it like I'm doing now, I will actually do what's called coconut pulling, oil pulling, and basically washing it around in my mouth for like 10 or so minutes while I'm making everything. It helps kind of clean the teeth, and like I said, it's antibacterial, it's really good for the gums. So when you scoop a bit off like that, just start washing it around in your mouth, and it'll be very good for your mouth. So that's the first thing that I might put in. Then what we've got here, you can see we've got some mixed nuts and seeds. So these have been soaking overnight and then rinsed to help take away some of the enzyme inhibitors, the phytic acid, which is going to not really digest that well in your body. So when you soak them overnight, give them a rinse in the morning, you'll see all the stuff come off them, and it will just be a lot easier. I have about somewhere between 60 and 90 grams, this tends to be. It's about 3 dessert spoons. I have everything already mixed in a container. I'll show you actually. So all the nuts and seeds are already mixed. In fact, the spoon is already in there as well. It just makes things a lot quicker. We've got to do this as efficiently as possible. So yeah, literally take out 3 scoops of this. It's got all sorts of different. We have all sorts of different nuts and seeds in there: sunflower seeds, Brazil nuts, hazelnuts, almonds, pecans. So great sources of omega-3, alpha-linoleic acid, ALA. Very good for your heart, naturally. Full of fibre. It's going to keep you feeling full all day. Full of protein, full of vitamins and minerals. So we really want that in our system. Next up, we've got probably the secret ingredient here. This is my Amazing Grass green powder. So everyone, in my opinion, should be on some form of super greens. It's basically a powdered form of things like wheatgrass, barley grass, spirulina, alfalfa grass, a bunch of different nutrients in there. And one of these scoops is the equivalent of about somewhere between 7 and 9 portions of vegetables. It has an ORAC rating, O-R-A-C, so oxidant radical absorption capacity, so basically an antioxidant rating for food of 15,000, which is extremely high. In fact, I think their new concoction is even more than that. This one also tastes amazing. Out of all the green powders I've tasted, it really tastes good even just with water. So when I'm going on holiday and I can't do all of this, I still take the green powder with me. I put that in with half a litre of water, and I drink that. Tastes amazing. Helps rejuvenate the body, especially when you do lots of exercise, which often I do when I'm going away. So you want this. It's great for the tasting of the smoothie as well. Then we've got some additional spirulina. So we had spirulina already in the super greens, but I actually like the colour it gives and the taste it gives to the smoothie. It makes it taste nicer. Spirulina is one of the highest, if not the highest, protein source on the planet. It's about 65% protein, high in many nutrients: magnesium, potassium, manganese, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, lowers the so-called bad cholesterol and raises the good cholesterol, LDL and HDL, although it's not quite as black and white as that, and lowers blood sugar. So I put that into it each and every day. Then I started putting tahini in there. So this is tahini, which is effectively sesame seed paste. I like it. It gives a nice creamy, smooth texture. I started doing it originally because I didn't have any avocado for that particular day or period. But I like it. It's rich in minerals as well, naturally: magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, iron. What else? It's one of the best sources of calcium out there. Helps maintain healthy skin, bones, muscle tone. Yeah, 20% complete protein in there, and it's easy for your body to digest. Very high alkaline mineral content, which helps make it easy to digest. So that's tahini. That's what I put in there as well. Then we've got avocado. So here we have half an avocado. I'll put in typically half, unless it's really creamy, and then I might put a whole one in just if it's nearing its end of life and I feel it's not going to last a day. But I chop this in half. I put the other half on a plate like this in the fridge. Doesn't go brown, doesn't oxidize. You don't need to put any oil. You don't need to wrap it in anything. It's fine for a day. And what I've started doing is actually, and you can only really do this with a Vitamix or something similar, you might be able to get away with it in a NutriBullet as well, is I actually put the pip in there as well. 70% of the antioxidant profile of the avocado is in the pip. You don't even notice it in there. This makes it so smooth. And then I just scoop out naturally the rest of the avocado here. Scoop that in there, getting as much of that in there as possible. So avocados, great sources of fat, great for the skin, great for the brain, high in nutrients. What else have we got? It's got actually more potassium than bananas. In fact, bananas aren't actually that high in potassium. People think they are, but they're not really that high. Like I said, full of antioxidants. It also helps other nutrients be absorbed, especially those fat-soluble nutrients that you'll be getting into your body. You need the fat to help absorb them in the body, and this is, you know, mostly fat. Good for your eyes. I mean, we've got a whole list of things that it's good for. Next up, we've got a few things on here. We've got some turmeric, we've got some cinnamon, we've got some pink Himalayan salt and some pepper granules. I'm not actually going to use it like this. This is more just to show you. and I don't use this kind of quantities when it comes to the turmeric. So I just use turmeric. I put in a bunch of this. It's massively anti-inflammatory. It's linked to improving your brain function and lower the risk of brain diseases, lowers the risk of your heart disease if you want to prevent heart disease, helps prevent and maybe even treat cancer. It's good for arthritis naturally because of its anti-inflammatory nature, and it's also a treatment for depression. So I put turmeric in there all the time because I get inflamed. Everyone gets inflammation from time to time. In fact, we probably live in a constant state of inflammation, and the root of many diseases is now linked to inflammation and not previously thought things. So we will always want to do what we can to reduce the inflammation in our body, and turmeric is by and far probably the best way that you can do it. It's actually better than most of the anti-inflammatory drugs. In fact, all of the anti-inflammatory drugs that are out there don't hold anything compared to turmeric. So we've got turmeric in there. Then I've started also putting in cinnamon. So we showed you cinnamon before. So I put a little bit of a pinch of cinnamon in there as well. And cinnamon, natural sweetener, so it's great, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, so it works against any pathogenic gut microbes. It helps fight infections, helps fight viruses. It lowers your blood sugar, sugar spikes, these kind of things that you might get. Protects the brain, and it's good for your skin. So we put some of that in there. Next up we put black pepper. So I've just got the black pepper in here. I just put a little bit. You're not going to taste it so much, but the reason I do it is because it helps activate the properties in turmeric. So you get more additional benefits by putting in pepper with turmeric. So it's also, great source of manganese, iron, potassium, vitamin C, vitamin K, dietary fibre. It's antibacterial, so you've got all of these benefits as well. But the main reason I started putting it in was because I wanted to activate the turmeric properties. Then I also put in some Himalayan salt, just a couple of little bits there. Again, it helps prevent muscle cramps, it can regulate your sleep, supports your respiratory health, regulates the water content throughout your body, and promotes vascular health. So we put that in there as well. So a little bit of a base there. And then we move on to this. We've got some chia seeds, we've got some goji berries, we've got some sprouts. So chia seeds, we want, they contain about 20% omega-3s, 20% protein, 40% fiber, and then made up with lots of other things in there as well. High in vitamins, minerals, calcium, potassium, magnesium, rich in antioxidants. Again, great for your skin, aging, heart health, bones, digestion, diabetes. So we've got a bunch of things in there that it's useful for. Then we've got goji berries. So goji berries help boost your energy levels, treat diabetes. They've got 18 amino acids in there, all the essential amino acids that your body can't produce, the building blocks for life, the proteins that you need. It's actually got 500 times, weight for weight, more vitamin C than oranges. 500 times more vitamin C than oranges in here. Detoxifies the liver, boosts fertility, a whole bunch of reasons why you might want goji berries in there. And then we've got sprouted beans. These are mung beans. They only take a few days. You literally just put them on a tray with holes on them, cover them up, and little beans, within a few days, you don't need anything, they just become sprouted. This helps skyrocket the nutrient profile of these amazing foods. It increases the vitamins, the fiber, the essential fatty acids. They all get a bit bigger and better. It helps bind the minerals that are in there, makes them more usable for the body. Superpower punches the protein amount in here. It's an enzyme powerhouse, so these catalysts that help regulate your body's functions. It will just boost that. And they're cheap, they're easy, they're alkalizing, they're easy to do. So let me just show you exactly what this looks like. So this is my sprouting tray, and you'll see hopefully on the top are the sprouts that have actually sprouted for a few days, and this is some that I've just put in today. So these are the mung beans. In about 4 days, 5 days, they'll look like this. All I do is rinse it over with water once in the morning, once in the evening, and let it do its job. And then you've got some really cheap, massive amounts of nutrient powerhouses. So let's pop all that in there. Again, I'm not normally so organised with them on trays. I've got them in the containers. I literally just throw in, but it's about 20, somewhere between 20 40 grams of the chia seeds and the goji berries that goes in there, only because I measured it for this video. But it's generally just done by sight. I just throw things in there usually, so it's a lot quicker than what I'm doing right now. Next up, we've got some blueberries. I tend to buy frozen blueberries and put them in. If you can get nice organic ones, even better. Low in calories, high in nutrients, gives a little bit of sweetness to the smoothie, so it's not all veg. Helps reduce DNA damage, protects against skin, aging, cancer, cholesterol damage, heart disease, lowers your blood pressure, maintains your brain health, and also improves memory function. So I throw in like usually about a dozen, 2 dozen of these. Again, there's no rhyme or reason, I just tip and then I let it in there, but it's usually about 40 grams of these, which is kind of half a portion of fruit, if you like. So that will go in there. So we've already seen you've got a bit of a base going on here. So next up, we move on to the main dish. So this is roughly about somewhere between 400 and 600 grams of vegetables that I put in there. So this is a mixture of leafy greens, cucumber, kale, spinach, broccoli, lemon, peppers, turmeric root and ginger root as well. So I put all of that in there. We'll see how much goes in there right now, but it's roughly about 400 to 600. So 400 grams, for your knowledge, is 5 portions of veg. 1 portion of veg is typically 80 grams, or fruit or veg is 80 grams. So 400 grams is 5. So this would be more than your entire day's allowance. And that doesn't even count all of the stuff that's already gone in there. So I'll literally just shove it in there. So what have we got in here? So we've got some ginger that goes in there. Again, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, helps with osteoarthritis, helps treat chronic indigestion, helps reduce menstrual pain apparently as well. So we put that in there. Again, every day I've got the ginger in there. We've got some spinach in there, which is going in there. Again, great source of iron, excellent source of other vitamins and minerals, good for your eyes. Slows down cancer growth apparently, blood pressure, heart disease, maintains all of those. Excellent source of all of these vitamins and minerals. Then we've got some half a tomato that I shove in there as well. Again, high water content, very alkalizing, antioxidant. It's got like lycopene in there, which is great for heart disease, cancer, sunburn, all of these things. Lots of vitamins in there as well. So we put all of that in there. Then we've got some peppers. So red, green, yellow. I don't really put different colours in every day, whatever's going on, but I just thought I'd show you. So we throw a bit of that in there. Again, full of antioxidants, rich in nutrients like vitamin C, B6, K1, potassium, folate, vitamin E, A, everything, source of iron. So we've got quite a few things in there that we look at doing. Then we've got, I always put like a bit of broccoli in there, including the stalk. So I put some broccoli, put the stalk in there. High in vitamin C, low calories, high fibre, great for iron, potassium, other minerals, rich in basically lots of great cancer fighting properties. So we put that in there as well. Then we should have some celery in here. So we put a little bit of celery in there as well. Some leaves going in there as well. So again, rich in antioxidants, aids your digestion, reduces inflammation, lowers the blood pressure, improves your liver, your skin, everything. So we put some of that in there. Then we've got some coriander in here and some parsley and some mint. So coriander is also known as cilantro in America. It's great for pulling out heavy metals, obviously digestion and blood sugar, everything else, but it's great for pulling out heavy metals, and lowering your bad cholesterol. We've got some courgette here, so we shove some courgette in there as well. Again, that is anti-inflammatory, high in potassium, high in antioxidants, vitamin C. I mean, it's the common thread here. They're just going to be really good things here. So I'll put up on the screen and you can sort of see for yourself what goes on here. I put some cucumber in there as well, so we've got a bit of cucumber going on. Again, detoxifies the body, great in nutrients, alkalizing, all the vitamins, minerals. Kale, all hail the kale. People don't like to have it too much, but I shove some kale in there as well. I'll put some, so kale obviously is great for cancer prevention, healthy vision, detoxification, antioxidants, anti-inflammatory. Same story. There we had some mint, which helps make it taste nice. It aids digestion, good for depression, fatigue, everything else. I always put lemon in to all of my smoothies and juices, and I peel the skin off, but I leave the plinth, the white stuff on there as well. Aids digestion, alkalizing, makes everything taste much nicer. That's the most important thing, high in vitamin C. So I shove that in there as well. We put some mint in, we put some mixed leaves, mixed salad leaves. So let's just shove some more in there. And then what else have we got? We've got some turmeric root, which we already talked about, anti-inflammatory, but I like to put the root in there as well. I like to put the turmeric root in there because it has a bit more properties than just a powder. I also throw in some ice cubes, so we have some ice cubes. I just shove some of those in there as well, and then we take it over to the blender. So like I say, we start it off, we put it on nice and low. You can probably hear it in a second, and then it starts to get louder, and then you wait. Turn it down, and then we have the smoothie. So this works out about 2 litres, like I said, with all the water, and then I just pour it. You can see this, quite nice and smooth. So it makes, these are about just these are pint glasses, so I'll just make 3 and a bit of these. There we go. So that is the super smoothie, the Superhuman Smoothie. Typically, the entire 2 litres, there's about 40 grams of protein in this, around 74 grams of fat, so it's quite fat heavy, but fat is nothing to be afraid of. Fat is what you want. It helps you become a fat burner rather than a carbohydrate and sugar burner, which most people are. I tend to use a lot of fat, gets me through the day, gets me through competitions, gets me through everything that I need to go through. So it's about 74 grams of fat, about 105 grams of carbohydrates, and about 22 grams of sugar in the entire thing. So by comparison, if you had just one of these, which is about 500 mils, there's about 5-6 grams of sugar in this. Compare that to, say, a half litre of this water, some of the flavoured water. You get about 42 grams of sugar in that flavoured water, half a litre of flavoured water. In a pret-a-manger, if you go to pret-a-manger and you have orange juice, you're getting about 50 grams of sugar. A Coke, by comparison, is about 53 grams of sugar, half a litre of Coke. Half a litre of Innocent Smoothie, the pomegranate acai berry Innocent Smoothie, is over 68 grams of sugar. 68 grams, imagine drinking that, 68 grams of sugar versus 5 grams of sugar. And then things like your Starbucks, your Venti, Mocha, Choco, whatever it is, that's about 74 grams. And then you've also got like Burger King supersized stuff, that's about 79 grams. Now, by comparison, the World Health Organization states that you shouldn't really have more than 26 grams of free sugars. So free sugars are those that are found in concentrated fruit juices and natural fruit juices as well as added to food. This technically isn't free sugar because it's all wrapped up and it's all in the fibre. However, I still consider it that. So I still aim for the 25 to 30 grams of sugar a day max, including the 20 odd I'm having here. I don't tend to have too much sugar elsewhere. But anyway, enough of that. Let's give this a taste. That is amazing. That's the other thing, it tastes amazing. My nieces, who are like 1 and 3, or 2 and 4 now, they love it. They drink green juices every day, and I didn't really have any vegetables properly until I was in my sort of 20s. So if you can get the green juice in there, they love getting green moustaches. Make this for the entire family. So like I say, this takes about 30 minutes to 60 minutes. If you want more details, if you want a PDF of what goes in and the benefits, then details on this page and in the link below about how you can do that. Until then, I hope this has been of service to you. Please do share it. I would love if more people got into green juices, green smoothies. Green is good. Gordon Gekko used to say green is good, but green is good. if you're a fan of the movie Wall Street. But like I say, this I'll take about an hour, 2 hours to drink it, and it will keep me going till 1, 2, 3, 4 in the afternoon, depending on my activity level, what I'm doing in the evening, how long before I ate the day before, all these other things. Cool. Alright guys, that was it for this week. I hope that's been great for you. Please do remember to subscribe to this channel for more amazing tips and ideas, strategies to help you feel superhuman. This is what it's all about. This channel is all about helping you feel amazing. Be that higher potential person, version of yourself. Be that self-leader and therefore the leader of other people that you can be by being on point mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Having a green smoothie every single day certainly helps with that. So I do encourage you to give this a go. Again, you don't have to go as overboard as me. This took 3 years to get to this stage. Just start with a bit of veg, a bit of water, maybe some nuts, whatever goes in, whatever you liked from that, and experiment. You can't go wrong. You know, and if you do go wrong, just do something different the next day. So that's it. Have a great week. Enjoy playing around with your smoothies, and I will see you very, very soon. Until then, remember to share and subscribe. Take care. Bye-bye.